Hey Devs, let's start solving this question which came in weekly contest 470. So the question is remove key balance substring. You are given a string S consisting of opening bracket and closing bracket and an integer key. A string is key balance if it is exactly k consecutive opening bracket followed by k consecutive closing bracket. That means this k times plus this k times. So for example, k is 3, then the key balanced is this. You must repeatedly remove all non-overlapping key balance substring from S and then join the remaining parts. Continue this process until no key balance substring exists. Return the final substring after all possible removals. Okay, now let's see. What we have to do is we have to remove first what key balance substring. The question is given. Yeah. Okay. Now until when all this key balanced should be removed. Okay. Now and at the end we have to attach the parts and return. So for example, this k is here 3. Okay, that means what is the k balance string is this. If my k is 2, what will be the balance string? It will be this. If my k is 1, it will be this. Okay, so I have this. So here if you see, we have this. We can remove this. After removing this, what we will get? This string. Okay, now does it contain this balance string, k balance string, when k is 3? No. So our answer is that. So if you see here, our answer is this, because k is 3, so we remove that k balance string. So if you see this example, opening bracket closing opening, what example 2 is what opening this one. Okay, now which is our balance string here is this part when k is 1. Okay, this part, then we will remove this. What will get? This will be my answer. So basically we have to remove this. So what comes in your mind first is you must have solved the easy level question where you would have used the stack to identify this pattern opening and closing. Okay, so in this question also, what we are going to use is we are going to use a similar approach but different one. Yes. So the thing is, when we get this what balance string is, when after opening bracket there is a closing bracket. Okay, and then k number of times this side and k number of time this side, then we will get. How we will solve question is, see, there are different ways to solve questions. Okay, first one you can do is you can just form this kind of string using k. Let's say my k is 3, so I will form this string and I will find a substring of this string, and if I'm getting this, I will remove this, then I'll check again. Okay, but that's a brute force approach which will not be optimized, because you will have to check every time and again. If you are checking the substring, okay, if you are checking the substring with equalizing with this considered target, that means of course this will check each one with this. Okay, so instead of that, we are going to solve this question using the optimal approach. How is, see, now consider this example. Okay, same example we will consider with some different, let's say, string. Example, we have 1 2 3 4 opening brackets, 1 2 3 closing bracket, this 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 and this. Let's say we have this. Okay, I have considered this thing, and k is 3. So ideally what should be my answer is, this is my one string. After that, what will I get is this one opening, this thing. Okay, now do I have anything with k is equal to 3? No, this should be my answer. Okay, now let's consider, instead of this we will take this. So what will be, this will be my the next string after removing. So now I can say again a balance string, I can remove this. What will be my answer? 3 closing bracket. Okay, let's see how we will solve. We are going to use the deque, double-ended queue. Okay, instead of stack we are going to use deque. So if you want a detailed video on deque, please let me know. See, deque is faster than stack and we can use the its methods like last accessing the last element, first element. Okay, now what we are going to see is, see, let's say this is my deque. I can add in the beginning and also I can add at the end. Also I can remove from the start, I can remove from the end also. Okay, that's the specialty of deque, that is double-ended queue. So what we will do is we will add this to here. But how we will add is, see, we have given k, Now if someone tell me that key with opening bracket I have 3, and after that I have closing bracket with 3, then I can just remove this. If my closing bracket are 4, that is also I can remove this 3 3. I can just remove the count. So what we are going to do is we are going to store what character, that means that char and its count. Then it will be easy for us to remove. In the question it is given that we have to what, we have to remove those non overlapping k balance substring. Okay, so this pattern we should get opening bracket k times and closing bracket k times. So we will store how many we are getting and how many after that which one we are getting, and then what we can do is we can check. Okay, I can check here if it is 3 and 4. Okay, I can remove 3 closing bracket, 3 opening bracket. Sorry, this is opening and this is closing. 3 opening bracket, 3 closing, and remaining will be 1. And at the end we will be having, let's say for example this, let's say consider initially what will be my this is, let me, okay, what will be my this is character is opening bracket and its count is 1. Now again I got one opening bracket, I will increase the count. Again I got opening, I will increase the count. Again I got opening, I will increase the count. Okay, I will increase the count as 4. Now I got closing bracket. So see, as instead of adding from the first, what we'll do, we will add from the last. Okay, so we will add from the last, therefore this will be our closing bracket. And in the closing, how many I have? 3. Okay, consider I have iterated and I got 3. Now before getting 3 also, before getting 3, let's say I have 1. Instead I have 1. Now I have what? I have 2 in 2 records in my DQ. In my DQ. That means what? I have closing and opening bracket both. Okay, I can have. This is not a map that I will get one more opening and I will increment this. No, this is not a map. Okay, if I have the last element, okay, last element, that means we have the same consecutive element, then only we are increasing the count. So after this, I have opening bracket. I will not add this counter here. I have to make another entry at the beginning as we are inserting from the end, because we are basically we are implementing, like we are using this DQ for the stack only. Okay, not for the queue purpose. Okay, now what I have is in my double ended queue, at the end I have C. Okay, so at the end I have what? C, that is opening bracket and 4, and after that I have closing bracket and 1. Now I have greater than 2. What I can do is I can check the count. Here it is 1, here it is 4. And again my last element in my DQ should be my what? Opening bracket, and my second last should be my closing bracket, because last is what? In stack is for what? Last in first out. Okay, so similarly here, not similarly, okay, we are inserting this, right? So this is the first time we are adding, so it will be the last element we are adding in the last, right? So this should be my opening bracket and this should be my closing bracket. Okay, now what we will do is we will check, and we will check the count. And if my count is what? If my count is less than my key, that means what? We have not received any key balance substring yet in our string. Okay, now what we will do is, yeah, what we will do is we made one mistake here. What mistake we made is here, wait, that's what I was thinking, something is going wrong here. See, this is my double ended queue. You might get confused bit. I will take something. Yeah, this is my double ended queue. If I add in the end, okay, it should come this side, right? So basically if I'm adding the first closing brackets here, opening brackets here, my opening should be this side and my closing should be this side. That means my second last should be my opening bracket, not closing, and this is closing. I just confused. Let it. Yeah, I'll rewrite it again. My second last should be what? Opening. Opening bracket, and my last should be closing bracket. Okay, now I have 1, count is 1, but my k is what? My k is 3. Did we get balance of string? No. Now we will move forward. Now we are here, we will move forward. Again one closing. Again I'll check count. No. I'll go again. Now I will update. Now I will check the count as 3. Now we have consecutive 3 opening and 3 closing. So what we will do, we will decrement it. Okay, we will decrement it, and what, by 3, by key. So here I will get what? Here I'll get 0. Here I'll get 1. Now this is 0, so I will remove this. Now I don't have any closing bracket. We will move forward. Now I get one opening bracket. Okay. Now what I will check is my last element in this is my opening bracket. Yes, I will add. Why? Because now we are considering we removed this. After removing this, what array we are what string we are getting? This one. So in this case, we are now here. Okay, at this point. So C is 2. Now I'll get the closing bracket. So I add it at the end. So closing comma 1. Again I got the opening, but we will not increment here because the previous one, the last one, is what? Closing. So again we will add as opening bracket here and 1. And now we got one closing. We will add closing bracket 1 1. Again we will add what? Closing bracket. After this closing bracket, this will be 2. Somewhere I made some mistake. It's very clumsy, right? It's messy actually, that opening closing, but you understood, right? So we have to update this, and at the end what we'll do, 2 times C closing bracket, 1 time opening bracket. Okay, and again 1 time closing bracket. Like this we will append, and we will get our answer. Okay, and we will again check this last and second last every time. If we get if we have more than 2, okay, then we are going to check it. Okay, and this way we can solve this question. Let's start coding. Now what we want? We want a DQ with we want to what? We want to insert with the character and its count. Okay, so I will create one class, and we will be using that. DQ is equal to new array q. Okay, before that I'll create a class. Let's say I'll have a class pair which has what? Which has character ch and which has int count. Okay, and we will use a constructor here, char ch and int count. Ch, this dot ch is equal to ch, this dot count is equal to count. Now here we have this tq. Now what we are going to do is we are going to traverse our string, of course, for char c s dot to char array. Now what we are going to check is, first, if my condition, else, first time when we get our this string, okay, if it is not equal to previous one, what we are going to do is deque dot add last, here our c comma 1, not directly c comma 1, we have to create an object, new pair c comma 1. Okay, now here what we will check, my deque should not be empty, first thing, and then we will check if it is there in deque. Okay, now here, and what we'll check, deque dot peak last, that means it will return as the last element, dot ch, that is character. If it is equal to c, then only what we'll do is we are going to what, increment the count, deque dot peak last dot count plus plus, we will increment the count as I shown before, as I explained before. Now after this, what we will check, when we will check, while my deque dot size is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, that means I have closing and opening bracket. Okay, that what it means is I can have this many times. Okay, but I cannot have opening bracket entries more than once consecutively. Here you can see opening closing. Okay, because we are not, this is not a map, this we are using the queue to track. After these many opening brackets we are getting this many closing. After that again we are getting opening and closing. Okay, now what we will do, we will take pair last element, it will be deque dot peak last. Okay, now what we will do is we want a second last pair, second last, both should be different. Okay, now to get the second last we will write one method second last. Okay, where we will pass our deque because we need a iterator. I'll write a method here. Where is my pub? Yes, we will write method, it will return a pair get second last. Here what we need is this deque of pair, and what we will do, we need a iterator it is equal to, we need deque dot descending iterator we want. Okay, because we want the last, right? So first we will what we'll do, it dot next, and we want the last one, so I mean last second one, that is why we need it dot next. This we after this the second last will come, so we'll get the second last also. So as I explained, what will be my second last? Second last should be opening and last should be closing. So last if my second last dot ch, if it is equal to opening bracket, and if my last dot ch equal to closing, that means yes, we have these kind of pairs. But if it is balanced or not, that we will check using the count. Now if my okay, let's take one variable, I'll take one count. Okay, k count. Okay, I'll consider k count. What we will do, mat dot minimum of k comma mat dot minimum of each count, that is second last dot count comma last dot count. So basically, my last and second last, these can have counts. One can has four, one can have one. Okay, I want to consider minimum because I want to check key I have three or not. If my k is three, okay, so I'll take the minimum of all this. If I have, let's say second last and last count as 10 10, but I want only k is three, so I have basically on the left side 10, right side 10, but I want only three. So I can consider this k count is this. So what I'll do, if my k count is equal to k, that means yes, we got balancing. Okay, now what we will do is second last count minus equal to k. Similarly, last dot count minus equal to k. That means we remove this count. We really not don't do not need to remove from the string because we are adding everything in our deque. So if we decrement the count, that means done. Now what we'll do, we have to check if my second last, wait, if my last dot count is equal to 0, then we have to remove this. So deque dot remove last, and if my second last dot count is equal to 0, deque dot remove last. So we will remove this from our queue deque. Okay, and yes, after this else you have to write else, right? Break. If my count is not equal to k, then we will break from this loop. Okay, while loop, and we will go to the next. And also here is also one else we use if, right? So even if I don't have this two, I will break from our while loop. Because why we are using while loop is we can have multiple balance strings, right? So once I removed, I can get another one after removing also. So that is why we are using while. So if I'm not getting anything, there is no point in going in while loop. We have to break and go to the next. Okay, and after this what we are going to do is, Okay, this is our end of for loop. So now we got our DQ with its what count. So we got this thing. Now we have to form a string out of this. So for pair P of DQ, we'll take one string builder SP, new string builder. Okay, here what we are going to do is SP dot append. How many times? That many count. Okay, P dot what string, what we'll do, string dot, this is a character, right? String dot value of P dot ch dot repeat. How many times? P dot count. So we will get, and at the end we have to return sp dot to string, and that is all. Let's run. We might get some compilation errors because it's a very big code. Yes, cannot find the what, cannot convert it to iterator. Yes, here we have to write a iterator of where we have to write, and here it should be what I have written. So one more error. Array DQ. Yes, we are using DQ, and I by mistake wrote the Q. That's fine. Now let's try. Yes, you can see accepted. Let's submit this solution. Yeah, you can see the solution is accepted and all test cases are passed. So this was the optimal approach which you can follow. Okay, and if you have any queries, let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you feel this video is helpful to you, please like this video, subscribe my channel, stay updated.